Hello, hello. Hi, Umbra. Congrats getting first. And hi, Lexil. Hi, happy Friday. I'm here a little bit later than I was going to. Um, but how's everyone doing? I had to, I put it in the server. I put a little message as I was still at the doctor's because I did some garden work this Wednesday, which was really nice. Also extremely draining, but I got an allergic reaction to something, and I'm mostly fine. It's just all over my right hand mostly, and my arm, and a little bit on my left hand, and it wasn't going away. So I was like, I'm gonna go see a doctor. I'm gonna go see a doctor and get some allergy medication that is stronger than anything I have. And it took a long time. So by the time I was done, and then by the time I still had to do groceries, I was like, I might as well. I might as well do all that first, make dinner, and then stream afterwards, so that I don't have to dip to make dinner because I'm hungry and stuff. Because otherwise, I also feared that I wasn't going to. Because I know myself, and if it takes too long between wanting to eat and all that, then I lose all my motivation. But hello, I'm here now. Due to the allergic reaction, like I said, it's mostly all over my right hand. I might not stream super long, because even with the meds that I took, and I have like a little ointment to put on, it is still fairly fucking itchy. And I don't know how long I'll want to wear my drawing glove before it, like, because if it gets too warm, it gets worse. Um, so we'll see. It's mostly not where the glove is, so. But still, I know that if it's going to be too much, don't, I can't focus. Because it's the whole reason I went to the doctor's today. I was like, it's Friday, they're closed during the weekend. I better go now and then see if they have anything for it. And also, um, I don't remember where I was going with that. Oh, it just fucking. It's been so itchy, it's been keeping me up. Because, like, at night, because generally during the day, I like small little ice packs that I can just kind of put on and mess around with to keep it kind of cool during the day, but that doesn't work when I'm sleeping. Only for like the first 20 minutes. And then it becomes worse again. So, in general, my energy could be better. But that's okay. Instantly yawn. And I still wanted to stream a little bit because I wanna. There's not a whole lot that I still need to do on my model. It's mostly small. Actually, I'm lying. I look down, I see my model. There's still enough, but it's mostly small details, and then like, the hair. I really need to do the new layers for the back. And I noticed some layers needed to be a little bit bigger to cover movement while I was messing around yesterday. Because I did work on it a little bit last week, I think, outside of stream. Hi, Nova. How's it going? I worked on it a little bit, yeah, last week. On Saturday, like in the weekend. But I haven't worked on it since because it's been a busy week. I was mostly focused on doing the garden work. Was that even? No, that was Tuesday. Oops. I told my doctor. So when I went to the doctor today, they asked me how long I've had the allergic reaction on my hand, and I'm like, oh, since Wednesday. because I thought it was Wednesday. Technically since Tuesday, but it was Tuesday night that it flared up, so it's not entirely wrong. My also, are there Dutch people present today? It's going to be pretty well, and today, oh, happy birthday! Oh, hello, fellow Gemini. Define Dutch. People, let me rephrase. People who live in the Netherlands and speak Dutch well enough. Because I have a genuine question. I have a genuine question. Because I'm very confused. I have failed the bar. Fellow Gemini. Yeah, my birthday is next week. My birthday is next week, Saturday. I got confused because my doctor was really impressed by me. I saw a new GP today, and he was like, "Okay, so what have you done for your allergic reaction?" Thank you. And he was like impressed that I took antihistamines, but we in the Netherlands we call them hay fever pills or meds, I guess. And they're generally specified for hay fever, but they work against general similar like allergic reactions. And they do say on the little box, and for similar other allergic reactions. But I'm confused about whether me knowing to take antihistamines was a was a knowledgeable take. I was like, really? Also have a nice time lurking. But yeah, no, I actually, with my birthday coming up, I am so baby. I was saving up for a desk. It's been the goal that has been on my stream overlay for ages. It's gone now because we reached the goal. Everyone came together and we reached it before my birthday. I'm still waiting for Throne to do the whole to process the actual order or to pay it out. But I'm very excited because it's an electric desk that I've had my eyes on for, well, technically for a long time, not specifically that one, although I ended up with that one. I wanted an electric standing desk for quite a while, but they're so expensive, and my friends just kept being like, "Put it on Throne, you coward." I did, with the expectation that it would take me the entire year, and people said no. We'll dab on you because your birthday's coming up. I'm very moved. And my dad was upset. My dad wanted to help pay for it. Because my dad knew that I wanted something like that. And he was like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to get you now? So we agreed on something else. I found a relatively inexpensive standing desk, but it has like no other features. I mean, there's some electric desks that you have to like wind up yourself that are way less expensive. The part of the reason why it's expensive as well is because I don't really have a small desk because I have 2 screens and then also my drawing tablet, so technically 3 screens. Is that still electric? No, it's like with the little swivel thingy. You literally have to like, you know how you can open a car window without a button, like one of those twirl thingies? I don't know what they're called. Nor in Dutch nor in English, so that's really not helping me. But you know, the old handles? You said electric instead of standing? Oh, it's okay. You're fine. But yeah, there's some standing desks that they don't have to be as expensive. I honestly went for one that isn't as expensive as it could get, but I didn't want to downgrade on the size of my desk, because I'm very used to this size now. and it fits all the things that I need on it. I could do with like a tiny bit smaller, but at that point I was like, fuck it, that's not gonna really save in costs. But I got an IKEA one, and it's really pretty. I'm very, very excited for it to get through. I just need to wait. I need to wait. But it's very... It's like black with a dark... What the fuck did they say? Walnut? It's not real wood, but a walnut finish. It just looks chef's kiss. But I'm right there with you. I have 2 monitors plus a graphics tablet. I need a large desk with many shelves and drawers. I have like a separate shelves unit from a previous desk, so that's fine. And my PC stands on a separate table anyway, so I think that's gonna be fine. I kind of did my cable management with a standing desk in mind for the future, because I didn't want my PC to stand on the floor to begin with. I have a cat. A lot of cat hair gets in there anyway, but I felt like this gave it a better chance, and it reminds me to clean it more often because I can visually see it. Besides, she's pretty, so I get to look at it. But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited for it to get through. I tested it out when Mus and I went to IKEA earlier this month. I was messing around with it, and it looks so nice. And it has like a built-in cable management part as well, which is really nice. I have separate stuff for it. Blue Jane, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. I have separate stuff for it, so it wouldn't have really mattered, but it is nice because that means that it'll look all nice and even. I'm just excited. I like this desk. I got it for free from a friend. And I really appreciate it. It does have a lot of like pre-drilled holes and that kind of stuff in it that I don't really need. Because he used it for his setup, and he needed a lot of that. And that's great. But it just really, it messes with the visual for me. And it's like a warm colored wood finish. Again, it's not real wood. It's like pressed together wood with like some kind of finish layer on it. But it's very warm tone, like orange. Sorry, I was looking around. But like it's very orange, and I wanted a more deep color. Can't ruin your desk aesthetic after all. Basically, my desk aesthetic. Basically, I've been trying to so my setup is in my living room, and I've been trying to make my setup and stuff in my living room in general like darker colors. And now at least my desk will fit into that. I need to change. I keep looking around my living room as if you guys can see what I see, but I need to change more things in my living room. I think I'm gonna add green to it though. I was thinking of painting one of my walls a sage green, but now I'm thinking of maybe like a really nice deep dark green. I don't know. I'll have to see. I know that dark colors can really make a room feel smaller, but my TV and everything's against it. I feel like it'll be fine. Also, hello. I'm doing good. I'm just yapping. May really got my ass. I don't know if I said on stream, but so, like, I mean, I was just telling earlier how I have a whole allergic reaction on both of my hands. I'm fine. It's just itchy, but other than that, I'm fine. Um, but I had that earlier this month. I fell twice this month. My body is going through it. And I'm like, damn, girl, are we good? I mean, I don't think I have a yellow mode anymore. I have, the closest to it is the cakes one. That's just gasp. Um, but yeah, no, I, May said, girl, you will rest. You will rest up. And I did. Although I am really wanting to go back to physical therapy and pick everything back up and start going to the gym and all that kind of stuff. I just couldn't because I had fallen and fucked up my ankles and my knees and they all needed to heal. But I'm mostly good. The scab is mostly gone. My ankle is still fucked, but I go to PT anyway, so I can ask my physical therapist. I can be like, hi, can we also do ankle exercises? Which we do anyway. But I can tell him, and he can laugh at me because he'll be like, girl, I haven't seen you in over a month. What happened? And I'll be like, haha. Haha, anyway. I am proud of myself for resting up. As much as I just wanted to throw myself against all the activities that I wanted to do, I rested up best I could. I promised myself I'd give myself till the end of this month to have my knee heal up fully, skin-wise, because I don't want to fuck it up while I have a scab. And that's mostly healed now. So now if I make an appointment, it'll be fine. But at least I can walk around again. I had to move around a bunch of appointments due to it too. But yeah. Oh. I still need to talk with my dad about this. I said that I wanted to, for my birthday, which is next week, do a special stream. I might do it on a day that isn't necessarily day. I might do it just like next week, Friday. Where I do a little sketch stream, doodle stream, where people can send in requests through channel points. It'll be cheap enough. So don't worry. But I should make an announcement about that properly. I'm gonna make a note about that right now so I can remember. Because I won't. Okay, hold on. Spotify. Not you. Okay, notes. Make birthday stream announcement. There we go. Because I will forget. Because I know, I do this all the time. I'll stream and then I'll be like, yeah, I'll remember. You'll never remember. Don't believe the voice in your head that says that you'll remember. I do this all the time with like groceries. I'll run into something that I'm like, oh, I'm low on, I don't know, salt. I was low on salt actually this last week. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll remember that. It took me 3 weeks to finally get the salt. Because I kept forgetting. And I was low on it, so it's not that I didn't have any. It's just I didn't have enough for more. Dragonheart, hello, welcome. Hi, welcome Raiders. Wah 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 wah. Hello, welcome. Hi, let me give you a little shout out. Oh my god. If I remember how. Hi, what were you doing? If you need to raid and run, don't worry. Here you go. let's see. What were you doing? If I scroll up, I can see you were working on art. If you want to share, feel free. I'm just about to start working on art myself. I was just yapping with stream. Hi, everyone who's new here. I am Noi. I'm just a silly little fox VTuber that most of the time draws. Is really good at injuring themselves, apparently. And sometimes I game a little bit. But lately, not so much on stream. Your model is so cute. Thank you, thank you. I was drawing, but it was just a sketch so far. Well, if you want to share, feel free, but no worries if not. Because it came up. Hi, I drew my model. Hehe. I'm a demon. Fox, wrong. Also demon. I made her yap too much so she couldn't finish a drawing. Damn. You know, that's fair. That happens. That happens. It happens to me all the time. I was just telling you about your... Aw, thank you. Yeah, so I drew my model. Bon, Cherry Bon is the person who rigs my models and always does an amazing job. So if you think, damn, that rigging for that mouth, amazing. Mwah, all them. They pop off every time. Ironically, I'm working on a new model. But it's the same character, and it's going to be rigged by the same person. We're just going to show off our skills as we have gotten further and gotten better over time. But yeah, everyone get comfy cozy. I like I said, I'm just going to pop over. Yeah! Here we are. Just as it all runs out. Also, Painted Sonnet, Banjo Draw Stuffs, and the Uwu Kirby. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hi. This is my new model. This is the art, anyway. I want to say I'm like 80% done. Maybe like a strong 75%. I just... Big paws! Yes! It's sleeves, but I can show without it, but I need to like go into the layers. Where are the sleeves? Where are the sleeves? Sleeves. There we go. Big paws is best. Yeah, I'm very excited about it. This reminds me that I need to shade these hands. I need to add actual little bits of rendering to that. But yeah, this is the model so far. I am going along a good part of it now. The hip fluff? Yeah. I'd rather shade hands than catch hands. You know? Yeah, same. But yeah, it's a slight... obviously it's an art update, you can tell. I'm also gonna stick to Demon full time. Because I can. And I like it design-wise. I'm adding long hair that you can't see yet because I need to... There we go. This is the sketch layer, but it's fine. Would you believe... would you love to believe, to learn... that the hair toggle was something that we were working on for this model, and then we were like, haha, what if we just do an entire new model anyway? You guys seemed like you know what you were doing. Can I ask an art question? Yeah, of course. I don't know if I can answer, but I can try my best. But you can ask for sure. Yeah, so long hair, different outfit, obviously, some slight design changes, and a little bit more of an exaggeration of my actual body type, because as much as the body type on this model is already supposedly a little bit more fuller, it's hard to see with the clothes and everything. I didn't push it as far as I could have. It's also harder to see with the skirt. And with this one, I went a little bit more that way. In Tom, so we'll get some Tom physics as well. Because I can show. I need to open my program here. I can show, but there's thigh physics. So that, but then tongue. No, not tongue. I do have, but we're actually foregoing that with the new model because rigging wise, it's a pain in the ass. I never use it. It always fucks it up while I'm like drink. I have a water bottle like this, like. Okay, this time it was fine, but sometimes when I drink water, it's like, I'm like, no, the tongue is not there. Which is a good reminder for everyone to hydrate. That's too bad. It's so cool. It is cool, but I find it one of the more useless expressions. I totally get that. I haven't done tongue or puff cheek on mine because I don't use them. Yeah, I'd be more likely to use puff cheeks or something like that to give like kisses or something like. But and with the mouth rigging on this, it can work, but yeah, tongue is not. It really doesn't get used, and I know that it takes a long time to rig. So when Bun and I discussed, I was like, yeah, we can just not do it. I don't care. I never sit here like never, because I can't talk when I do that. And I'm generally also not a VTuber that makes a lot of expressions at the audience. At you guys. I mostly just yap. And then just work. The closest to it is me doing my ears. I try to remember the expressions for that. We love a yapping queen. Well, thank you. I need to think about... So I fixed the ears. I finally got to a point with the ears. I did a bunch of it off screen as well. Where I'm satisfied with the layers and the fluff and everything. I remember. Okay, so I was working on the collar, which is something that I'm going to continue to work on. But before I do that, I actually want to do this. Have a hiccup happening. And, oh, not that. Make this a little bit bigger because I feel like this is not enough space to move. Basically, if I move to the side, I fear that this is gonna be revealed. And I can make that a little bit more move friendly. Years in silence. Hi! Hello, hello. Yeah! What you up to today? I am working on more layers for my new model. I'm so close to being done, but it's forever more work. Thank you for the crown. Oh, I forgot, actually. Hold on. What am I doing? There we go. I forgot to pull out my tablet. But yeah, how's it going? Damn, new model. I was just going to compliment. Thank you. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my current one. I I really do. I think the only issue with my current one, which isn't something that you guys really see, is that I made layer-wise, like, pixel-wise, I made it too small. In the hopes that it would be easier to rig, and then Bun and I learned about different settings that would make that easier anyway, so we did something unnecessary, but it was impossible to scale back up. Which is fine. That's, you know, it's not the end of the world. But with this one, I'll be able to zoom in way more. What size is best for a model? So generally, I'll see how big one this is. The resolution for this one in pixels is 3000 by 4000. I honestly wouldn't go with wouldn't go with anything smaller than 3000 these days. The one that I currently am using is much smaller. I can actually open the file and see. At least I think this one is smaller. Yeah, with this one's like half. It's like 1500 by 3000 height. Now, with the new one, I'm not making it full body anyway. I'm making it more like this. But it makes a difference. I thought you were going to say something crazy like 7K by 7K. I mean, hey. Honestly, the bigger it is, the crisper it stays, but I feel like 7K by 7K might be a little bit too much. I feel generally people stay in the 4 to 5K range. Because the other thing is, whoever's rigging that, their computer also has to pull that file off. So, there's that. But, let's see, I think that's better. I can just test it. Fucking... Is there a layer that's turned off in here? I don't think so. Buddy. I should just be able to grab you. Oh, there is. Okay, that one can go. Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows. There's some invisible layers. You're lying. No, you're not lying. Are you good now? Can I finally do this? Yes, okay. Mind you, it won't move like this. I'm just testing it. I heard Sleep Token, so I joined. Yes, I am making everyone listen to the new album with me because it's all I want to listen to. I'll be making a rig for fun soon, so thank you for answering that. Oh, no problem. Absolutely. I think... Yeah, okay. That's a little bit better. I was just worried. Okay. Yeah, Frog, if you have any questions, I can try my best to answer them. I can't make any promises on anything, but I can try my best. Okay, make me this a little bit softer, because... I'll happily answer. I don't really have any secrets to what I do, otherwise I wouldn't be streaming it, but... For fun as this process can be. I mean, I find it fun, but I get you. It is a lot of work. It is genuinely a lot of work. We've got a fox, a frog, and a bird here. Yeah, I mean, hell yeah. But yeah, I don't rig them, but I admire people who rig models. I mean, period, but I don't think I would do this if I were the ones also rigging them. I'm glad that my friend rigs my models. So I can just exist. Another fox, hello. Welcome. Also, Painted, did I miss your question? I don't know. I briefly looked at the rigging a model years ago and noped the fuck out of there. I thought about it. I genuinely, with the one that I'm using now, I was originally going to learn. Bun was going to teach me some things, and I was going to use tutorials and such. And then I was like, haha, no. There's so much these days. There's so much. I think I'm a bit scared to rig and what to prepare a deer snout for rigging. Like, I don't know how to make it work when turning. I mean, layer-wise, I can show you a little bit of what my face layers. I imagine it's similar. It just depends. I have a very anime face. I'm aware of this. That's a stylistic choice that I make for my art. But in general, it'll be similar-ish. It's just mostly working with lines. But let's see. We can go... That's just a mouth. So the lines are separate. Does a wraith count as an animal? In my heart, it does. Because anime girl, yeah, I get that, but a muzzle in a painted style. Oh, frog! I mean, to be fair, you can rig whatever style. That isn't really... But generally, okay, so here I have all the layers for the so this is for the mouth, as you can tell. That's all with color layers in there as well. But what makes a good difference, I also have this little shiny here, is so the head is one layer. Then the markings, so if I turned off everything, you know, the markings are separate. I have a little thing for the nose bridge, for that shadow. It works the same on this one. Like, you see the little shadow on my nose? It helps. All the patterns are separated. Generally, yes. Not necessarily. It depends on... For face, I would recommend it because you want a lot of movement in the face. For the body, I don't do this. And then I have a little bit for a shine on the nose as well. Because stylistically, I haven't made a choice. But the freckles are also separated. And they actually... Let me turn off the hair for a second so I can show you what I mean. They're clipped to the head layer. All of these are clipped to the head layer. But they go outside of it so that when the person who's rigging has more space, basically, to follow the shapes. So that when I move one way and you see more of one cheek, there's markings to fill that up with. And then the chin... this is the shading for the chin. You see it when I look sideways. You see that there's like shading there. That's that. Is also separate. But yeah, that gives you a hint, at least, I hope. Fingers crossed, of some of the layers. Also, egg. I still need to draw a little kissy mark on the forehead behind the hair. Fucking egg. It makes me laugh. But yeah, I have a very anime style to begin with, so there's a lot of overlap, but even then, I actually understand a lot more now. Good, good. When in doubt, keep things separated. You can always merge stuff together later if needed, but you can't, if you need to separate it again, yeah. Have a program that runs many layers. You're gonna need so many layers. I'm in so many at this point. I also separate a lot of things in folders, so like the ears are in separate folders, the head, the hair, just so that it isn't just straight layers all the way down the entire time. You also need to name all your layers. All right, we're gonna go. And even then, I have like the clothes in the front in a layer right now. I'm probably gonna merge a lot of this later on, but then I put the color in a folder as well, just so that I can look at everything. I paint on one layer usually, so this will be fun. Yeah, that you cannot do that. I mean, you can. Good luck rigging. I don't know how that would work. Can you make this circle bigger? Which circle? The one that's spinning? My tablet? I cannot. It's attached to my model. I could theoretically, but I don't have the, yeah, no. I technically can. It's something I drew, but Bun animated it, and I don't have things in my model to make that bigger or smaller. We'd have to replace the entire asset. What I wanted to do, all these are still unnamed. One question. Oh, you're good, you're good. Like I said, if you have questions, I'll happily answer what I can. When you export the layers, do you export them as PNGs or a Photoshop file? A Photoshop file, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Before I say that with my full chest. Yeah, a Photoshop file. PSD. Because it recognizes all the layers in, what is it, Live 2D Studio? Or whatever the fuck the program is called. It recognizes all the layers. Okay, hold on. I need to concentrate for a second because these layers are still unnamed. Because I am Boo Boo the Fool sometimes. I'm here to listen to Sleep Token. You're in luck. That's great that I'm doing this in Procreate, so that works well. Hell yeah. Does Procreate not have like a layer limit? I don't remember. I only use Procreate to doodle. You generally want all your layers all in one PSD for Life 2D. Is a fae an animal? I mean, people are animals. Humans are animals. So, maybe. Separate PNGs is a lot of a yeah, because then you'd have to have every layer be a PNG. That'd be insane. I don't know what layers we're at right now. I can just see what it says. According to this, I'm like in the 400 of layers. Haha. It does, but I've recently upgraded my iPad this month, so I have so much storage to slap silly. Okay, good. Because I know that a friend of mine tried making theirs in Procreate, and they did, but then you need to put all the files together. 400, huh? Yeah. To be fair, you don't need to be, like I said, you don't need to be as extensive, but it depends. A lot of this, to be fair, half it, sort of, a lot of it is going to be merged. I just have all the shading and everything still separated because I'm in the drawing phase of things. I don't know how many layers it's going to be, but I assume 200 to 300 layers, at least. The more complicated the model, the more layers. Welcome to the animal chat. Yes. Also, Pesky Bird, thank you so much for the follow. Hydrate! I just did, but I will again. What madman wants to import every single layer individually? Yeah. I can do that? Yeah. I believe in you. It's work. I know it's work, and I know that it's also work specifically. Like, this is what I mean. It's like, this is technically 4 layers, but it's most likely going to be 1, maybe 2. A lot of this is going to get merged. But, well, actually the shine should be... like that. I still need to fix that. That's fine. I'm not dealing with that right now. I'll deal with all that shit later. But a lot of these layers are going to get merged. It's just that I'm rendering also that a lot of it is separated. I needed to do that. Where is your circle? Where is your circle? Fuck. Okay, I'll make you know what? I don't work smarter, not harder. Can you not be in the head layers? Thank you. You love... just going to see if this works. Theoretically, it should. Turn these off. I might have deleted a layer earlier in my process and then fucked it up, but that's okay. We live and we learn. Okay. I'm a genius. I'll fix this. I know how to fix this. Well, do I need to do sort of? Yes, I do actually. Hold on. I'm gonna be big brain about this at some point. Okay. I need to make sure turn off you because I can't see what I'm doing. But yeah, generally some of the work that I do off stream is me naming layers. Because you start to get to a point where, like I said, you're like 400 layers deep and everything needs to be named at some point anyway, without spaces. And, you know, I might as well get ahead. Okay. So we have you. Ruler, eclipse, make you small. And then ruler. It would help if I saw what the fuck I was doing. Cheese is not that color. Naming the layers is everyone's least favorite thing in animation in general. Yeah, that's so real. That's so fucking real. Okay, I think this is fine. And then I clean this up a tiny bit. It's not the most... Hello? Oh. Because I was still using a ruler. Infinite baths washing over me at last. This. It doesn't need to be perfect in my brain. I'm trying to unlearn my perfectionism with all this as well. That's the tough thing I find with models, is because you zoom in so much on little details. Because the layers need to be correct so that I don't give my rigger a headache. I tend to then get very perfectionist about everything. I'm trying to not do that. Oh, I actually already did that. Haha. JK. We'll just extend it then. Stands to vision. But yeah. Naming layers in general. In my regular work, I don't name my layers at all. So it's very... it's very unnatural for me to do so, but with this, it is required. And then you need right and left, and it's opposite from what you think, because it's the model's right and left, not yours. I've never named a layer in my life. Damn. Yeah, I don't know who it was who came in my stream recently who was like, you don't name anything? I'm like, for illustrations? No, you don't need to. I know where my layers are. I always work in the same order anyway, so it's easy to find. Okay. Now that that is done, I can turn everything back on. It's basically, the reason I needed to fix this is that when I move, it's so that the spike can appear from behind. I don't even know if we're going to do that. In the sense of like, if we can. But I'd like to have the option. I did the same with these. I separated them all in a way so that it's at least possible. I woke up here on the shoreline. I don't annotate my code. I feel like that's the programmer equivalent. Probably. I've only ever used HTML coding for like DeviantArt and Toy House pages. And I just use free codes because I can't code. I can only do very basic stuff to edit pages, but that's about it. Every artwork I've ever made is called Untitled. Oh, damn. Okay, no, I don't go that far. I do name my work. Mostly so that I can find it back when I'm just looking at names from, like, recents. Because otherwise I have, like, my recents and it's all like, what the fuck? But my layers? Absolutely not. Get out of here. Okay. You still bother me. Does Procreate also has a mirror tool, right? Shows you how much I know about Procreate, but just to save you a lot of headaches. Yep. Okay, good, good. I don't need to annotate, comment. I'll remember. I was just saying earlier how the lie that your brain tells yourself when you say, I'll remember that. No, you won't. No, the fuck you won't. Also, my ads are about to start in 5 minutes. I'm gonna take a little break when they happen. I've only ever commented code if I've been working under the assumption someone else is going to read the script, otherwise, what's annotations? That's valid! I've only ever named layers if someone else is like, I do it for like my Ko-fi files, when people, like when I make bases for people to buy, because that would seem annoying if it didn't have, stuff for you guys to read. And then it's basically like base layer, shade layer, line art layer, stuff like that. Otherwise, no. Or if I've done collabs. And then even then, if it's like for other people to color in, I'm like, color here! So that makes sense, I feel like. Hold this eclipse in May. But yeah, I think models are a lot of fun to do. This is my 5th that I'm working on. This is my 5.0. I showed a little bit on my last stream last week what my old models look like. And we've learned so much. And I'm so lucky to know wonderful people who do this as well. And I do it for fun. Like, I do it as a hobby, just for myself, really. I've done one model for, as a commission for Moss. For Mossy Pine. But, all the others I've only ever done for me. And it's, again, it is a lot of fun, but it is also just a lot of work. Which is why I'm glad that I did one as a commission, but I'm also glad that I did that for a friend rather than for a client. Because I've worked forever on the one that I'm working on now. And, yeah. Shit takes a long time. While we're talking about rigging, I saw the most insane wizardry live 2D rig ever. If you want to see a video. Oh yeah, absolutely. Feel free to link it here. I actually went through a script specifically to annotate it for a new guy recently. Oh boy. Oh boy. Fun! That sounds so fun. How is the art? The art is. It's going. It's going good. Can you just watch but on mute? Yeah, I should be able to. Hold on. I'll Oh god, yeah. Okay, hold on. I'll snooze my ads for a second. Open this in a new tab. I should be able to... Can I do... No, fucking... No! Okay. Instagram won't let me full screen this. It's fine. It's not like it's a secret. Hold on. I think it was popping in a different screen. I mean, okay, this is fine. Where's my browser? This one? Yes. I'm just gonna zoom in. Hi. Okay, we're gonna refresh. This shit. So Bun is actually with the model that I'm using right now. We were actually testing out this function in particular. We ended up not doing it, but we were like just wondering if it was possible. It is. People who life to rig are wizards. We know this. Okay, let me refresh it so that it plays from the beginning. It's the fucking lean forward thing. It's insane. But yeah, we were fucking around. What cosmos is this? I don't know how it works. And they can lean back? The fuck? But yeah, it's definitely something that you can make work. I don't know how. And like hood, we actually have that on this. I don't know if I have the... Yeah, there we are. We do have it on this. But yeah, you need a lot of like clipping masks. Bro, it's 4-axis on motion. It's wild. Yeah. Yeah, shadow, stuff like that. You can, because toggles work the same way. Is that it's unseen until it's seen. It's so much work though. Again, we tried it for fun to see if it was possible. But then, oh, don't look at this. Don't look at that. That was me looking at Throne to see whether it went through. I forgot that was still open. Puts myself on blast. But yeah, I remember Bun showing me their tests, and it was crazy. Wizards who command a legion of bees, correct. At a certain point, I wonder if a 3D model is more time efficient. I wonder the same. It's like a lot of things like that. I'm like, it's really fucking cool, and in general, I think that it's very cool what you can do with Life 2D models these days. But because some of them you can like fully turn to the side and have like a side profile shit, and I'm like, okay, that's really cool, but also, hello. I would never go to Bun and be like, hi, Bun, can you do this? It's too much for me. It's a little too much. 3D being easier past a point makes high, fancy Life 2D models that much more of a neat thing to have. It is very cool. Don't get me wrong. It is indeed very cool, but I just think it's not something I would want for me, personally. I've been getting into art. Okay, I need to take a break. No worries, you're not late. Don't worry. I need to take a break, so I'm gonna run my ads. And then I'm gonna change so that we're not listening to the same album over and over. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little break because I snoozed my ads just to look at that rigging video, but I wanna go grab water. All right, remember to move and hydrate, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in a sec. I'm back. As I stretched, I'm stretching again. I have a tendency to hunch like a fucking gremlin. I think we all do. Who doesn't sit at a computer and sits like, all scrungle? Become a pretzel instantly. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I keep zooming out fully without meaning to. Now, if I'm correct, know that if I clip it, shine. I thought you were back. I can be both. No, there's a way to do this that I'm not remembering at the moment. I mean, I could just... normal... and then have to make it a multiply layer. No, there's just a way of doing shine layers specifically with 3D shapes in mind. Oh, I was gonna change playlists. It's still gonna be Sleep Token. Let's be real. It's just not gonna be the same album over and over. Everyone has to suffer through my obsession. I'm not even sorry. Let's also be real. If you've been here before, you know. You know what we're about. I'm pretty sure that now... I don't know if I should do lines with that, though. Stay on the same... I mean, yes, but then I need to... How could they... Yes, but better. Okay, I can do this. I know it was mine too. Okay. My first trip, and I'm trying to ascertain how much of a filter I need. Fair enough. I'd say, you know, read what the chat is like and vibe it out. Then I like to stars for a while, you and I, crushed by silent snow. That's the general advice I have with Twitch in general. It's just, you want to know what a chat is like? Just watch for a while. Now you know. Now this is what I mean with not all of this is super necessary. It's just I'm choosing to do this. Because I like giving Bun the option. But it's basically if you make the shine layers clippable and thus bigger, it makes for more movement. I do my best, I'm neurodivergent, so it usually takes me some time to vibe anything out, and that's okay. I'm neurodivergent as well. I'm autistic, so in that sense, I get it. But that's why I always say to people, the amount of times that I've I'm notoriously not someone who chats a lot in Twitch streams. I am an avid lurker because I'm actually, despite the fact that I stream, I'm actually very shy. So I like just watching. And, but, you know, it's why my recommendation for people is generally to just watch what a stream is like, watch what the chat is like. I can give you some vibe checks to... Oh, what the hell? Yeah, okay, I was like this. Hold on. My concentration is not here today. I don't like bullying in chat. You know, sometimes streamers are okay with like playful bullying stuff. I don't super love that. The closest to it is my mods, because all my mods are close friends of mine. They can tease me, but and like very light, gentle teasing would be fine. But I generally like playful bullying isn't really my thing. The other thing is looting my VTuber, my characters, is also a big no-go. So that's, I mean, there's a little general rules panel below that also says it, but I feel like it's always worth saying. That I super respect. I have no issues with other streamers being okay with that. I just don't love it. It makes me uncomfortable. Streaming where all the social energy goes. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I lurk all the time because I'm also just shy. There's some streamers that I talk with, and that I got more familiar with the community with. But most streams, if you catch me talking in a stream, I must be comfortable. Or I just rate it and I pretend to be comfortable. I'm just quiet until I'm not, and I'm trouble. I mean, hey, you can be a little trouble. As long as you're not going out of your way to cause me actual harm. And so long as you're okay. Listen, here's the thing. If you mess up lightly, you know, if you make a joke maybe that's a little bit out of tune, or you're new here and you don't know about some of my rules, I will always, generally, either me or my mods will be like, hey, don't do that. If you're okay with that, you know, it's all good. If you then continue to do it, that's when we get your ass. I'd be mortified if I actually bothered you. I'm pretty honest when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like if I've had it in stream where people go past my boundaries, not on purpose per se. Um, I've also had people try to go over my boundaries because they're just rude. But it's simple stuff like, you know, if I'm streaming, don't spoil things for me, for example. Um, it sounds like such a basic thing, but you'd be surprised. Um, just lessening these a little bit. Fucking clip. There we go. Did I or will I say the wrong thing? Here's a very human thing. I'm gonna be real with y'all. As much as I am a furry demon. Um, we are human. Making mistakes is part of the human experience. You gotta be okay with making mistakes every now and then. As long as you're not going out of your way to be an asshole, generally, I think you're okay. Sometimes we say the wrong things. I say the wrong things sometimes, and I'm like, oop, you know, apologize, be genuine, or just recognize when someone calls you out for it. But sometimes you're gonna make a mistake, and that's okay. I can follow most of the rules, and I don't objectify people, but I do enjoy the idea of taking art to a lewd space, but also try to keep things respectful for whatever people's comfort level is, if that makes sense. That's totally fine. I don't, like, that's the thing. I am a safe for work artist. This is an 18 plus space, so is my Discord, but that doesn't mean a not safe for work space. I prefer keeping everything safe for work. I will sometimes simp about anime characters and get only ever slightly unhinged. That's the closest to it that I'll get. But other than that, I just don't like it when it's directed towards me or my characters because, especially, you know, like my VTuber and such, they're based on me. And unless you're my friend, I don't know if you're joking. I'm also a femme person online, and people get weird. There's a reason I use a VTuber. Yay! Because I've gotten harassed before. We love to see it. I'm being sarcastic. What I need to do is copy this layer and copy. Copy. Did we not? Can I copy? Why does that not work? Fine, I'll do it manually. Listen, man. The joys of being a streamer. The joys of being a femme-presenting streamer. Yeah, that's why I have the boundaries in place, so that people know what I'm about. Actually, Just only needs to be slightly to avoid the line art. Don't mind me, I'm talking to myself. To be fair, I'm weird as fuck, but different. Weird, it's more likely I won't know something that I should because it isn't explicitly mentioned. Hence all the weird ass questions. I mean, that's fine. Listen, I'll be very honest. If any of you make me uncomfortable, I will tell you. I will try my best to be forward and direct, and that's the only thing that I can give you with that is, you know, if you feel like you don't know where boundaries lie, you're gonna have to learn to be okay with people telling you very directly. Clear communication. Yay! Again, I'm also autistic. I get it, but like that's the only thing that I can give to people is just like it's fine, I get it, but then, you know, don't be surprised if I at some point go, "Hey, don't do that. You're pretty easy to get along with." Oh, thank you. Clear boundaries are also nice. I agree. I think I'm a fairly agreeable person. Even though I try to be less people-pleasing, but that's got less to do with you guys and more with my personal life. I don't people-please as much on stream. The biggest thing that I've done for myself when it comes to streaming is like I used to be more accepting towards people. Like if you've been given a verbal warning and you still choose or you choose to have the fucking attitude with me. Like it was specifically what has happened in stream before. Like I said, you know, I've had some unpleasant behavior. I think we all have had unpleasant behavior once in a while. It's just someone trying to ruin the vibe. I said no spoilers. Someone showed me spoilers. I gave them a warning, and then they were like, but it technically doesn't count as spoilers. And they were getting really mad that they got a verbal warning. That's when I ban you. I think no spoilers when I'm playing games is an extremely fair rule. Oh my gosh, someone is speeding through. I can hear their car. I don't get to hang out as much as I'd like, especially without Final Fantasy XIV, but my experience with you has been nothing but pleasant. Oh, thank you. I think kindness is a choice, and I try to choose that every day. I hate the well actually crowd, which is what I see when someone says, well, technically, yeah. Like, you know, there's a time and place, but generally, if you get reprimanded for stuff, just take it. And just be like, okay. Especially when I'm live, it's really hard to moderate your chat when you're live. I'm gonna be real, it's why I have moderators in the first place. But it's not like they're getting paid, so they can't be here all the time. There's a lot of stress that lays on you when you have to tell someone off. And yeah, getting spoiled on story or mechanics for a game is annoying. Hold on, I missed a message. I still need to reach your Final Fantasy XIV so I can be dragged in again. One day. I am not resubbed yet, but I will resub soon. I saw that we got relic weapons again. That could be fun. To farm. It's probably because, well, technically and, well, actually have the same... I know better than you about everything, XYZ. Yeah, fair. I mean, even if people don't mean it that way, it's just... you know, it's best to just listen to someone. And same thing goes. It's a choice to be nice. Who you were. Actually, don't know if I'm doing this correctly with the others in mind, now that I think about it. What I can do is make them show up. Arms around me, yeah, go ahead, wrap your arms around me. It's also probably because it typically comes across more as a self-excusing and flexing rather than actually being helpful understanding. Yeah, and it's especially the self-excusing, like, I find when it comes to streaming, if I tell you off, it's not because I think it's fun to tell you off. It's because I want it to be a fun time for all of us, and that includes myself. So if I'm not having a good time, because of stuff that is happening in chat, and you go, well, actually, I'd be like, okay, cool, but here's the thing. Okay, that's better. Arms around me, yeah, go and wrap your arms around me, arms around me. I could just use a ruler for what I'm doing. I chose not to. I don't know why. I'll force my lines to be straight, I guess. Haha, the only straight thing about me. Yes, a ruler. I have Jesus. I have Jesus. I can't read. Philosophical question. What is more important? How something comes across or the original intent? To me, how something comes across. The original intent, okay, I can go into this. It's fine because you literally asked. I hate the sentiment and the sentence of like, oh well, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. If you say something insensitive, and even if you didn't mean to hurt them, it hurts them, right? My answer to someone saying, well, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings is like, yeah, I fucking hope to God you didn't, because that'd be rude. Why would you be trying to hurt my feelings? But I feel like it really matters how, because sometimes we don't know someone's life. We don't know what they've gone through. We don't know something that they may be sensitive about. And no matter your original intent, you should be able to take responsibility for if it did not land the way that you intended it to. In my personal opinion. I think both is important. The way something comes across at first is important for the initial impression, while a clarified intent can run damage control if the impression was wrong. It can, but it to me, like I said, how it comes across is more important than intent. Because I generally go around with my mindset set on the fact that people aren't trying, like, aren't going out of their way to be a dick. For me, no one has ever given a damn what I meant what to say when I was trying to say things that came out wrong. So I was kind of trained that intent doesn't matter. only how things land. I don't think that intent doesn't matter. I just think that your intent isn't more important than it, because you can say left and right, oh well, I didn't mean to, or like, oh well, I meant it like this. People have feelings, and if those are hurt, um, do you care more about being quote unquote morally correct, or do you care more about your friends or family, loved ones, whatever, their feelings? That's generally my thought. It's like, I'll give an example with myself, and as an example, um, I've in the past, I love goofing with my friends. I've in the past hurt my friends' feelings, making jokes at their expense. I'm generally not the type of person who makes jokes at a person's expense, but you know, people that I'm very, very close with. And it was purely playful, and then it stopped. It stopped being playful for them, and they were like, hey, can you stop, because this is hurting my feelings. Obviously, my intent was that I was trying to be, you know, we were running off of a joke, but I ended up hurting their feelings. They knew that I wasn't going out of their way, or going out of my way to try and hurt them. They know me. They know that I wasn't trying to do that, and that I was just going with a joke. So I had to set my ego aside and be like, yeah, of course, I'm so sorry. You know, instead of being like, oh, well, it's just a joke. Of course it's just a joke. They knew that, but it still hurt their feelings. And to me, it's more important that I acknowledge their hurt feelings. We can always circle back to the intent if really needed, but generally I find that the feelings part needs to be addressed. Generally, people's perspective are ruled by the impressions made on them. This applies to me too. Intent can run damage control, but the impression is what is going to linger with somebody. Yeah. Also, hi, Eternal Paradox. Hello, hello. But yeah, again, it wasn't... I find that intent had... This may be philosophical as fuck. In my personal opinion, you don't have to agree with this, mind you. You don't have to really agree with anything that I say. This is my perspective. I find that intent has to do with your personal ego, versus someone else's feelings. And that is their ego. I find that, again, especially when dealing with friends, they know that I'm not trying to hurt their feelings. Now, if they're going and being like, you're being an asshole, on purpose, I'd be shocked. It'd be also a slightly different conversation. But, in general. That's why, like, context matters as well. If I don't know you, it'd be very hard to judge. But with people close to me, I don't like when people say, well, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, because that doesn't mean that you don't owe them an apology. I find that neurostandard humans judge their own actions by intent and everyone else's by impact, which I have always been annoyed by. I mean, generally people have a perspective. Again, it has to do kind of with ego, from my perspective. And when you set your own ego aside, you start to view things a little bit differently. We have a tendency to go by our own intent rather than someone else's, versus impact. What layer is this? Sorry, I need to see. Okay, that's the circle. That's fine. That's just there to be safe about it all. I can always delete stuff I don't need later. Me, you are fine. What What are you? Nothing. Okay, great. Oh, no, not nothing. Again, this is why I need to name layers. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. I got there. I find in general, if you focus on intent rather than impact, you run the risk and you run the circle of saying, it, like on the pure sense of saying, oh well, you know, you say something that hurts someone's feelings, they say that hurt their feelings, and you say, I didn't mean to. The person says, okay, I understand, but it still hurt my feelings. If you to me, right? If you then only focus on, I didn't mean to, you never come to a conclusion. You just circle around just saying, I didn't mean to, but it hurt my feelings. I didn't mean to, but it hurt my feelings. That's just a back and forth. So going by impact first, intent later, I feel that has the best effect. Like saying, oh, acknowledging for yourself, I didn't mean to, but I did, and thus I'm sorry. Again, we don't know what walks of life people come from. We don't know what is or isn't insensitive to them, and that's okay. No one is going to instantly assume that you're an asshole, but people have feelings. There's this really weird balance to it all as well. It's kind of hard to explain. Yeah, for sure. I just think on a base level, again, kindness first is my approach to things. And my form of respect comes with kindness. I try to be a kind person. I think that is important. It is something that is important to me. That's something I didn't consider as well. The perspective in relation to a person will pre-paint your interactions, and then impact can be tinted by that regardless of intent. Oh, for sure. Again, context will make a lot of difference in the nuance of it all. I just finished the fucking spikies. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the hands, because I will forget if they stay behind the sleeves. If I can find them. I can. I need to turn off the legs, though. Beep, beep. Yeah, no worries. I don't mind having deeper conversations. Mind you, again, it's my perspective of things. People don't have to agree with me. The stormy seas above the mountain peaks. I honestly thought that the claws on the sleeves were hands. It's okay. You're plenty smart. They're sleeves, but, you know. They're also hands. They're the hands of the sleeves. On one hand, it's important to be able to have a natural discussion, which is to say your intent roughly equal to the impact, but the impact differs from person to person, so you can't really guarantee the equivalence. Also, hello, welcome. Thanks for the follow. I mean, to me, the reason why impact matters more than intent is because I care very deeply about my friends' feelings, for example. And knowing that I am someone who leads with the thought of, like, I want to be a nice person. How do I say this? Like, What am I trying to say? If you try too hard to prioritize the impact, you can lose yourself, some of yourself, and a lot of people, unfortunately, will treat you as manipulative. I mean, sure. Again, I feel like context matters. It's just on a base level. But I deeply care about other people's feelings, and being able to say, red sleep token instantly clicked in. Hell yeah. But being able to say that something hurt your feelings, I already find pretty impressive, because that's a scary thing to say to people. Like, hey, what you did hurt me. But again, there's so much nuance to that it's I am only going on a base level here, like on like a service level thinking about it. So it gets very complex. Bound to believe. In general, if it comes to advice, talk to people. If you're honest with, I find, this is not what everyone, we can't all be so lucky. If I'm honest about, like, hey, my thoughts and feelings about it, I generally receive that honesty back. Saw them in Germany last year. It was an absolute blessing. Hell yeah! Did you go to their European tour as well? I saw them here during their European tour, and it was chef's kiss. I'm gonna be real. In Berlin, hell yeah! I saw them in Amsterdam. I love that for you. That set list, I'm not over it. Yeah, absolutely. I had never really listened to them. My friend listened to them. We went to see them. I have not stopped listening to them since, and it absolutely became my entire personality. I don't know what the fuck they do to their music, but haha, it's stuck in my head now. That's generally how I am too. I try to prioritize the impact my words will have usually, but it also gets very exhausting to have to think about my words so much, and some people will spin what you have to say to be hurtful no matter how careful you are. I mean, that's, you still have to have boundaries. I know you can see you. But yeah, it's, if someone is genuinely trying to be manipulative about it all. But again, I'm going on the basis, like, when I think about this, I think about it in a context of, like, me and my friends. That is, like, my first thought when it comes to these things. Because, like, I've hurt my friends' feelings. They have hurt mine. It unfortunately happens sometimes. And I go in it with that context, and I think about how those interactions have gone, where sometimes they do or say something that I understand that they're not trying to hurt my feelings, but it still did, and it feels really nice to feel heard and listened to. So I operate on that assumption. I'm I'm running on the assumption that people aren't dicks. Dude, I waited 9 hours in the cold to get second row. I've been a fan since early 2023. Hell yeah! I sat down. I could have stood more in the front at the venue that I was, but I have a chronic pain condition, and I had a really bad day that day. Actually, I was in a lot of pain. Unfortunately, still had an amazing time, but I sat the fuck down. There were like limited places to sit, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm sitting. I can't stand for more than 5 minutes. I love their music, but their symbology makes me nervous. Fair enough. Why pain? I have fibromyalgia. It's a chronic pain condition? Illness? Whatever. And it sucks. It just means that I have pain very often, pretty much every day. In varying degrees. Fessel is just a nerd at heart and he deals with a lot of issues according to the newest album. I mean, only the newest. But yeah, no, it's I love their music very much. Glad to hear you still had a good time. I had an amazing time. Has their music ever been has their music ever not been slightly alarming? I mean, all of them, but the new... Yeah! You're very valid. You're very valid. You get me talking about philosophy and I'll never shut the hell out. I mean, same! I love deeper talks, so let me allow this. That's fine. No, it's okay. It's automod. It's not your... TTS... What? What? Hold on. Why is text-to-speech yelling at me? What the What the fuck is happening? Hello? Merciless, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. Did text-to-speech crash?
Pog online poggers.
No, okay. It just gave me a message that concerned me. It's fine. When Caramel dropped, I was like, yeah. Yeah, it's the standard message that just... I couldn't fill in my own message. It was acting all weird. But yeah, I like deeper discussions. I also like very surface discussions at times, but... What layer is this? What is this? Oh, it's the arms. Okay. Sorry, Sometimes it's like, what the fuck am I doing? May I ask what the little animal next to your hand is? It's not an animal. You mean this little guy? This is Cakes. He's a little imps. He that's actually what I was testing. Yeah, the silly guy. He's the text-to-speech. So if people use the text-to-speech thing, he'll say it. I still need to add him to the model I'm working on right now. I just remembered. And I need to do all that. But yeah. Well, I mean, you can make him say poggers if you want to. But yeah, his name is Cakes. He's just a silly little guy. Social stuff is hard, especially when having an odd flavor of ND. I mean, again, I think it's also important to realize...
I can say poggers.
There you go! Don't give him crayons. He's not allowed to have crayons anymore. You know what you did. But I think it's important, again, I'm autistic as well. But they're tasty. He's not allowed to have them. He can't have them.
You love me. I know I'm just so sweet. Wait, what do you mean I can't have crayons?
You know what you did, Cakes. You can't have crayons, but I do love you. You're very sweet. Yeah, we'll make a whole ass human. But yeah, it's while I do think it's important to acknowledge sorry, I'm also trying to work in the meantime instead of just talk. Where is the colors here? I still think it's also important to just, again, we're human, sometimes you get things wrong. Being neurodiverse in any way is never an excuse. And I do think that that is important to acknowledge with everything. It is a reason, it's not an excuse. So saying stuff like, well, because of my autism, I don't understand XYZ. It can be more understood, but, you know. The ADHD with a murder combo, hell yeah. I have so many ADHD baddie friends. What are you working on right now? Is that your model? It is! I'm working on a new model. I'm working on an updated one. I can zoom the fuck out. I'm working on the hands at the moment, but the legs are off. But you can imagine. Your pain indeed. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't rig my models. Hold on, let me do this whole thing again. I need to find the right keys. There we go. My friend rigs them, and we thought about updating the one that I'm currently using, and then we were like, haha, what if we just make a new one? So that's what I'm doing. I'm super excited for the new model. It looks so freaking cute. Thank you. I'm very excited about it too, because I drew this design back in 2023 and then I never finished it. And then when did I start working on this model? I mean, I started working on it publicly at the start of this year. But I started working on it in 2023 in November. Then I started over last year in May, in the beginning of May, did some concept changes, and got some things sketched. And then at the first of this year, I was like, haha, actually, I'm going to make it public instead of trying to work on it in secret behind the scenes because I'm not a motivated individual who can do all that behind the scenes. I don't have enough power in me to do all that. Seems super hard though. Rigging it means basically attach. Oh yes, sorry. So basically, I'm making all the layers, all the layers that get to move around, as I am individually rendering these fingers, and that's exactly that. It's adding the bones so that it currently tracks me through an iPhone, tracks all my movements, what I do. Well, to a degree, it tracks my face movement and adjusts accordingly. It is quite a job. Absolutely nothing about rigging. Then the two hyper-focus on the same thing. How did I finish this in an entire day? Yes, I do have that. Generally not with models, though. I have previously finished models in an alarming amount of little time. It's been a long time, though. Ever since I've been struggling with fibro, I haven't really gotten into moods like that because models take a lot of concentration and editing and all these things. It just generally I have to listen to my body a little bit better instead of pushing through. Hi, baby girl. My cat is here. No, the legs are not missing. I just turned them off so I can see what I'm working on. Is my music not playing? What is happening? Oh no, the fucking start of this is just quiet. Because it's take me back to Eden. To be fair, the legs are cut off to a degree. Because we realized that really I don't need a full body model. In phosphorescence. Oop, sorry, I booped the mic. And a special interest. Fair. Sorry, I'm also a little bit slow on reading because I am trying to focus a little bit. I swear to God, having autism and ADHD simultaneously is like having two people in your head. I hear it's very contradicting. They did check if I also have ADHD because they weren't sure back in the day. They're pretty sure I don't. I can turn the legs back on. There we go. Yeah, this is I still need to add the back of the hair and such, but you get a better idea of what's going on here. Take Me Back to Eden always gets me going, huh? Yeah, exactly. It's why I was like, what is going on? Why is it so quiet? The lines of a pathway higher, roll back your sharpest teeth. I have considered redoing a little bit of the lines here to have more squish, because I don't know why I didn't. Take me back to Eden, take me back to Eden. I need to turn off the symmetry tool for this. Take me back to Eden. Okay. What is so hard to identify in you that you have ADHD? In me? Also, Corvine, thank you so much for the follow. We love squish in this house. We do! Spit blood when I wake up. Drink better in makeup. Just 2 days since the mainframe. I'm lost. Where's my layers? Here's my layers. Meat freezer, I dangle in like cold cuts. Yes, the fluff is separate. Because I'm big brain. Bios as black dust, my mother, rise up. I need you to see me for what I have become. My mind, those eyes like fire on a winged insect. Fire, crawl on through these wires. I'm awaking hell and the gods grow tired. Reset my patient violence along both lines of a pathway. Grow back your sharpest teeth, you know my desire. Okay. Does it not that we've no idea what we've got until we lose it? And no amount of love will tape you around if we don't choose it. And I don't know what's got its teeth in me, but I'm about to bite back anger. I'll bring back the glory of innocence. Oh my god, you all talk fast. Oh, well, Sleep Token absolutely fits my perfect ship as well of all their songs. Hell yeah. That's so valid. Also, my ads are about to start in like a little less than 2 minutes. I will take a little break as they come in so that I can rest. You know my desire. I feel like, yeah, that looks better. Just gotta do it on the other side as well. Looks so silly with like without the belt on, but it's fine. Now just erase. There we go. Alright, great timing. I'm gonna take a little break before I continue, and then I'm gonna fix the other side of this leg. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Oh. My allergy is starting to act up slightly. So, oh. Sorry, I didn't mean to pause my music. I'm going to finish the squish on this leg. Hi, still Faye. Yeah, I'm gonna finish this leg. And then I might call it. I mean, I've worked on it for a good portion. I mostly yapped, I'm gonna be real, but you know. I always stream with the expectation that I'm going to yap more than I work. It's kind of a given. Yeah, we've had some good quality conversation. I want to put an ice pack on my arm before I start itching it, if it starts going this way again. And I can't really do that because it's my right arm if I draw. Genuine question. With the tone indicator, please don't be mean. Anyone here getting a new Switch? The Switch 2? I understand salt, but it is with the genuine question. Sadly, no. Super fair. Honestly, okay. The reason I ask is because I am getting one. I'm very emotional about it, but I am getting one. I didn't think I was gonna. It was definitely not my priority this year. Okay, we can make that squishier. This is some weak squish. Like I said, I didn't think I was going to. And because the desk got funded, my dad and I usually, when my dad is very straightforward when giving me birthday gifts. He'll just ask me what I want. He didn't buy me a whole Switch, for transparency's sake. He's helping me pay for one. But I'm very baby about that, because I didn't think I was gonna get one at all. At least not this year. 'Cause I got the scarlet and you look for ultraviolet. I'm avoiding Nintendo for the most part going forward. I don't hold it against anybody who's not. Mind, that said, even if I wanted that, I'm flat broke. That, yeah, so valid. Again, I didn't even think I was going to. I don't have Switch 2 money generally. But it is something that I had been considering, in the sense that I want to play the new Pokemon that comes out, and I know it's going to be on the Switch as well, which is good. But I know myself very well, so I was like, damn, I'm probably gonna want to play it on the new Switch. But I do understand it. It's why I preface it with, like, please don't get too salty, because I understand, but sometimes I just want to innocently be excited about something. I didn't even, like, post about it because I don't, again, I get people, I don't want to get into it with people. Where is this multiply layer? No. The like looks so freaky without the without the thing. It's fine. Oh, that's the wrong layer. Don't do that. Yeah, nuance is dead online, and sometimes I just want to be excited. It sucks when you can't talk about the things that you like without people wanting to start something. Yeah. And it's the problem is I get it. I super get it. I understand the salt. I some of the salt is within me too. But also sometimes I get cool presents from my dad because my dad is a big sweetheart and I just want to be purely excited about something. I think I'm gonna move this shade layer and put that in a layer for the um can you tell I can talk for the belt itself. Hold this eclipse in May. I'm not a very discourse-centered person to begin with. So I'm like, oh, okay, I get it, but also, please. Yeah, I figured that wouldn't work. But I'll just make it a separate one. I woke up here on the shoreline. Now that's some good squish. That's some good squish right there. Let me also make sure to clean this up. Make it look even freakier, but you know. Thank you, thank you. I'm pretty much in the same boat. I won't be pursuing Nintendo stuff myself from here, but I mean, if somebody were to gift Nintendo stuff to me, yeah, I. Where's that bite emote when I need it? I mean, hey, if I need to, I should honestly run some polls on what kind of emotes people want from me. Because I do still have emote slots left. I specifically have animated emote slots left. Mind you, I need to save money for it, and I don't want to bother Bun with that all at once, but... Also, hi, Epi! I'm doing good, how are you? I haven't seen you in a hot minute. That is not a judgment, it's just an observation, I promise. I'm doing good, though. As well as possible. Yes, correct. multiply, make a little bit dark underneath. Oh, and I used to know myself. Also learning how to do squish. Hell yeah. I mostly lurk, unfortunately. Although no worries, don't apologize for that. And keep track of things. That's completely understandable. Listen, I'm an avid lurker myself. That is absolutely okay. I'm always happy to see familiar faces whenever I do. And I don't really peep into who's actively watching my stream. But know that whether you're talking or not, you're always appreciated. I've been working on trying to draw more squish too. When I draw is so satisfying. Hell yeah. I'm glad that I inspire people to try. Squish is so good. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that you guys know that whether you talk or not, I'm just happy that you guys are here. I try to show up when I'm awake. That's valid. The amount of times that people stream, like Moss, even though we live in the same time zone, we live in the same damn country. Moss usually streams when I'm still asleep because she streams very early. And then I also have a lot of streams who sleep when I'm just about going to bed because they live in the States. I want her to do my model. I can't promise that I'll do model commissions in the future, but I really appreciate it. I have done one once. I'd have to have a better grip on my fucking situation right now in terms of my chronic pain situation before I'd consider doing another one of these. Cause yeah, I did Mossies. Because they take a long time, and with Moss I had a lot of freedom in timing. Because we're friends and she was very understanding when a lot of things were going on. But because they take so much time, I'd feel very uncomfortable taking one on. And because, like, with this one, like I said, I started it in January and I'm still working on it. So if people were okay waiting a long time, then maybe. But it isn't something I'm very confident. So, like, again, I can't guarantee that I'll do more in the future, just so that people know. As much as I would love to. Just be like, yeah, absolutely. The angels inhabit. It's been very nice on one end to not really do commissions this year. It's also been a bit of a bummer. But it's been refreshing to work on just stuff for myself for once. I'm just very honest and straightforward when it comes to these kinds of things, because I I find nothing sweeter than people wanting to commission me, um, especially when it comes with stuff like this. Um, but I don't want people to save up when I don't even know. You know? I hope that makes sense. What I'm trying to say here. There we go. Levitate. I always love hanging out in noise streams. I'm usually just busy doing stuff and can't join. The vibe is chill. Aw, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. And I would literally wait for as long as would be needed, no matter what the wait time. It would be worth it. Oh, thank you. But yeah, I really appreciate it. It's just, I try to be very open and honest. For multiple reasons, I am very honest about my experience in the sense of, I gotta edit some of these, my disabilities and such. I think it helps being very open and honest about it for other people as well, to learn like, oh hey, I'm not alone in this, and it makes me feel like less like I'm going insane. Also, these are spaced differently. It's fine. It's fine. I just think it's important for people to build realistic expectations in the sense of what they can get from me commissions-wise. Because if I don't feel like I can do anything... I just realized that these need to be not circles. I can just delete this. Murder for me. It's a good trait to have. There's definitely a difference between being forewarned that a wait time would be indefinite if available at all, as opposed to being promised a product within a time frame and never being able to get to it. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I have experience with that last bit. Not from me personally doing stuff, but from commissioning other people. And I can be very understanding. Life is life, and stuff gets messy. But I like being able to be honest with you guys in, like I said, in terms of what to expect, on whether I'll be able to do commissions again. And because I do work on my own model on stream, I get the question sometimes of like, hey, how much would something like this cost? And like, at the moment I can't even give a realistic estimate, because I know I severely underpriced myself when working with moss, because it was like my first one that I was doing for someone else. And if I were to do it now, it might be different. But yeah, I like having realistic expectations on stream. Also with stream itself. I've had to prioritize my own health a lot over doing stuff for other people. Where the fuck is this layer? Okay. Sorry, I couldn't find the purple layer that was going on. The honesty about the situation makes all the difference so that it can set expectations. Yeah. I try. Again, it's important to me. Like I said, because I know I do work on these while streaming. So I do get the question every now and then. And I'm always extremely appreciative and deeply humbled. I don't... You know what? You know what? You are gonna go. Gone. I didn't like it. But I do like the squish better. That looks so much better than before, in my opinion. Which is what matters, because this model is for me. Alright, I think I'm going to call it here. There's still some of these still throw me off. Don't wake me. If you ever wonder what I do off stream, sometimes you're seeing it now, which is me changing things extremely minutely that bother only me. And I hate that automatically turned it into a link. It's okay. Have a good time zone. Thank you. I will. But yeah, I got some good stuff done. I'm glad that I finished the spikes here and that I figured out a way to do them. The thighs are godly. Thank you. Oh, I love this song. But yeah, I'm getting some good work done on the more small bits and bobs of layers. Can turn that back on as well. That's so valid. With the model, again, I'm so nitpicky. I try not to be too perfectionistic all the time, but it's fine. I really like how the spikes turned out on the collar, which is important to me because this is what you see now, my model now. This is what you're gonna see most of the time. So it's important to me that that looks good. And then I can... Yawn! Oh, big yawn. Like the rest, that's why I need to worry less about the layers here. It's this and when I go to the other screen. Let me put this away. This. Maybe zoomed out a little bit more. You'll see, but that's about it. That's why I'm not doing a full body model. Why am I adding feet if no one sees my feet? Okay, I saved. I can move the screen aside. Forward progress. Yeah, you know, little bit by little bit. I'll get there. My initial goal of trying to finish it before my birthday is absolutely not happening, but that doesn't mean that I can't finish. In general. By side together, dance on the line with me. I'm gonna see on Who's Live. Sorry, I love this song way too damn much. So my brain is just like, hee hee, sing along. Are you gonna dance on the line with me? You know it's not a game or a fantasy. I don't even know who I used to be. Who is life and who is doing what? It is a Friday. I'm sleepy. Which is perfect because that means I can rest. Oh my god, so many people are live. Okay, but who's doing art? Who is doing art? Most of my friends have been up for quite a while. Are you still going? I don't know. You are. Okay, perfect. We're gonna say hi to Kuki Hana. Because I find her art streams very relaxing to watch. But yes, before we do that, yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. I really appreciate it. It's been, I'm really glad. I had to, like I said, I had to push it a little bit towards the evening because I had to go to the doctor's office because I'm having an allergic reaction. I'm fine. But I'm glad that I got to stream. I'm glad that I had energy today. I am going to try to stream on Sunday. I should be fine unless something crazy happens. Because I don't have really any plans this weekend, so I think it'd be nice. And I'll probably work more in my model. I'm in that mindset now where I'm like, alright, we're getting these layers done. If you're new here and you like the vibes here and you like the community, I have a little community Discord. It is an 18+ Discord, a safe for work Discord. You know, it's the best way to see when I go live. And I post my art in there. But if you just want to see my art in general, here are my socials. I don't fucking post on TikTok anymore. I should change that, but it's fine. I mostly post on Blue Sky, and I try to remember to post the VODs up on YouTube, so if you're like, damn, I missed out on like half the stream, you can catch them there later. Usually a week later, sometimes longer than that, because I am forgetful. But they do go up. I do save them. So they end up on YouTube in the end. Yeah, that's it really. For now, we're gonna raid Kuki Hana. Oh, well, also one of my favorite artists. So if you're coming into the raid with us, you can copy and paste one of these raid messages. I hope to see you guys on Sunday if I go live, and otherwise I hope to see you guys next week. I hope everyone has a lovely weekend. Please take care of yourselves. Until then, make sure you're drinking plenty of water, eat good food, don't forget to take your medication if you need to. Love yourself, also important. Speak kindly to yourself.